For Chris Young, the journey to this college commencement could also be a college course on resilience, redemption, righting his wrongs, and the wrongs righted for him. Did you view yourself as a victim of the system then?
I view myself as collateral damage. When I was convicted in federal court, I was sentenced to 2 life sentences. And life in the federal system doesn't have any parole. It means stay here till you die.
Today, 37 years old, for the past 3 years, Chris Young has been here.
Economically, I want us to let go of the scarcity mentality.
An economics and public policy major on the campus of SMU. But his life resume prior to SMU held a list of hurt, hardship, and hard time in federal prison. He sold drugs as a teenager. Poverty permeated his childhood. His home had no running water or electricity for 2 years straight. The money gone. His mother addicted to the very drug, crack cocaine, that he trafficked. His brother would commit suicide at age 21. And in 2010, Chris Young, with 2 arrests as a teenager already on his record, Chris Young received 2 life sentences for drug trafficking. He was 22 years old. Why are you here now?
I believe my goal and my purpose is to break stereotypes and shift the paradigm. Help society view young black men totally different than how we've previously been viewed. Every black life doesn't consist of the same trauma and pain, but it does consist of the same history. My life was extreme because not only of the institutions and policies set forth, but also because of the environment I had to endure.
That environment for Chris Young then is a polar opposite of the life as a student at SMU today. His life in prison punishment was tied to U.S. federal drug laws that required mandatory minimum penalties for certain drug crimes. Prior to his transfer to serve that sentence, Chris Young would address the court about his bad, but also about his good.
I spoke about possibility. I spoke about change, ingenuity. I was showing that I had been resilient my whole life. Now I was being redemptive and give me an opportunity to show that I'm way much more than the crime, because the crime is not me.
While he sat in prison, advocates against life sentences for nonviolent drug offenses worked to free Young and others like him. Dallas attorney Brittany Barnett led that effort. Life sentences for low to mid-level offenders were abuses of power and racially biased, she argued. The life penalty unfairly punished people, she said. The federal judge who sentenced Chris Young actually resigned from the bench in protest over Young's legally mandated life sentence. Reality TV star Kim Kardashian, she met with President Trump, pushing for the president to grant Young clemency. After 10 years in federal prison, the president did just that. Free from 2 life sentences, free from federal prison, Chris Young now served time where he desired, here in the classrooms of SMU.
SMU is where world changers are shaped. Once I started reading more, the more I started to notice that the person I am, the person I had been, even when making careless and reckless and destructive decisions, is a man of value, is a man of resilience. The young black men that come from poverty, that made certain mistakes within that poverty-stricken environment, are not just that.
On this day of graduation, Chris Young moves to a new life chapter. The judge required to sentence him to life by his side on this day, along with others who hugged and supported and believed what Chris believed.
I am Christopher Lamont Young. Is a young man who takes consideration with everything he does, is a reflection of the man I've changed to. And the man I've changed to, I believe and hope, breaks stereotypes and helps shift the paradigm.
This story right here should have over a million views. This should have tens of millions of views. Every black person in America should watch this story right motherfucking now. But you know what? It's not gonna go viral because certain people do not want you to see this shit. You wanna know why? Because it's a certain man that's involved with this young man's freedom that they don't want you to know that's involved with that. That man is Donald Trump. If it wasn't for Trump, this man would not be sitting in front of that camera right now. That's a fact. That's a fact. But they try to push the narrative that Trump is just this big ass motherfucking racist. Trump hate black people. Trump is putting laws and policies in place to hold black people back. Yet Trump is the one that signed against those policies to free this black man. Y'all are insane. Y'all are insane and y'all are stupid. Simple as that. I am proud to platform this story. I'm proud to put this on my platform. I know this might not get a lot of views because it's not a bunch of drama. It's not a bunch of bullshit. It's not a bunch of chaos. But guess what? I stand for what I believe in. I know I'm not going to make that much off of this video. But guess what? It's going to be on my platform and y'all going to see exactly how I feel about it. This young man deserves all the praise. This young man deserves all the support. And this young man deserves to be the most popular story, or at least one of the most popular stories out right now in the world. You know what I'm saying? But they're going to try to sweep it under the rug. I guarantee if Biden did this shit, if Biden was the one to sign off on this shit, oh, it'll be everywhere. CNN, all that, MSNBC. This young black man didn't even make MSNBC. And I thought MSNBC was for black people. I thought MSNBC supported black and brown people. Why didn't they feature this story? Oh, I get it. Orange Man, the current administration that's in office, oh, it goes against that racist narrative, right? Because Orange Man is the one that freed this young man and gave this young man a second chance at life. And this young man made the best out of it. Telling y'all, man, one of these days y'all gonna wake up and smell the coffee.